Have you ever encountered someone who, just when you think you've figured them out, seems to vanish? This is frequently the case with a highly uncommon and distinctive group of men known as Sigma males. They are often regarded as the rarest individuals, choosing to operate outside the traditional societal hierarchy. But here's the catch. They seem to vanish as quickly as they appear. Unlike the more familiar alpha and beta males, Sigma males embody a sense of mystery and intrigue. They are often perceived as cold, calculating, and potentially dangerous when provoked, preferring to operate from the shadows. Sigma males are masters at maintaining a low profile, skillfully avoiding the limelight. This inclination to stay under the radar can make them appear enigmatic and elusive, leading to their disappearance from social scenes or interactions. This mysterious behavior often leaves others baffled or curious about their motives and actions. So, why is it that Sigma males are always the ones who seem to vanish? In this video, I'll be delving into 7 reasons why Sigma males disappear. Reason number 1. Sigma males don't waste their time on useless relationships. Sometimes people might notice that a Sigma male appears highly involved and interested in hanging out one day, only to seemingly disappear without a trace. This occurrence may be perplexing, but it happens for a very straightforward reason. Sigmas are renowned for being highly selective about where and with whom they invest their time. When they realize that a particular relationship or social circle isn't bringing any value to their life or isn't aligned with their goals and values, they don't hesitate to move on. It's not about being mean or disrespectful. Rather, Sigmas have a clear understanding of what they want in life and who they want to spend their time with. Have you ever pondered whether the individuals in your life genuinely support you, or if they are simply capitalizing on your kindness? It feels like standing at a crossroads, uncertain about which path leads to authentic connections. Rest assured, you're not alone in this journey. While the experience is unique to each person, it is a shared endeavor to navigate through a labyrinth of relationships, distinguishing the authentic from the pretentious. As Marcus Aurelius once remarked, it is crucial to comprehend the nature of those we associate with. Let's delve into the heart of this matter. In this video, we will explore 16 subtle yet revealing signs that someone might be taking advantage of you. These insights are not arbitrary. They are carefully crafted based on an understanding of human behavior and emotions. From identifying one-sided conversations to recognizing when your generosity is being exploited, these pointers will empower you to perceive beyond the surface. Why is this significant, you might ask? Because you deserve relationships that uplift and bring out the best in you. It's not just about avoiding users. It's about attracting and nurturing bonds that are genuinely rewarding. This journey is about your personal growth and well-being. Are you prepared to transform how you perceive and navigate your relationships, moving towards more authentic and fulfilling connections? Number 1. Diminishing comments accompany us on our life's journey, resembling hidden rocks in a stream, seemingly inconspicuous yet capable of causing stumbling. Picture sharing a personal achievement only to be met with a dismissive, "That's all," or confiding your dreams, only to face belittlement. These comments aren't merely casual remarks. They are subtle tools wielded by some to keep you in a perpetual state of self-doubt, cleverly designed to make you feel smaller so that they can feel bigger. From a Stoic perspective, these comments provide a moment for reflection and resilience. Remember that the core of Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions but understanding and managing them. When confronted with such remarks, reflect on the Stoic principle of focusing on what's within your control. Your reaction is your power. Comprehend that these comments reveal more about the speaker's insecurities than your worth. It's their way of expressing, "I feel threatened by your success." You have the choice to either grant these words power over you or see them for what they truly are, reflections of someone else's inner turmoil. Your response should be met with equanimity and self-assurance. A Stoic doesn't engage in petty battles of words. Instead, they stand firm in their self-worth. Surround yourself with positivity and people who genuinely support and uplift you. Life, as viewed through the Stoic lens, is too precious to be dimmed by others' insecurities. Maintain your inner peace and let your actions speak. In the Stoic pursuit of personal growth, your self-esteem is not a tool for others to undermine. It's your shield, your unyielding strength against the whims of those seeking to use you for their gain. Number 2, broken promises. Have you ever observed how certain individuals in your life excel in verbal prowess, but falter when it comes to taking action? They operate as wordsmiths, skillfully weaving stories and promises like seasoned storytellers. Yet when the moment arrives for them to follow through, they vanish, leaving behind a trail of unfulfilled promises. This creates the illusion of investment, a deceptive act where words are presented like shiny baubles, diverting attention from the absence of genuine commitment or action. In such situations, it's crucial to pay attention not only to what is said, but also to what is done. Actions, unlike words, don't lie. They are the true gauge of someone's intent and commitment. When promises are freely given but seldom fulfilled, it becomes a noteworthy pattern. Take notice. Does this person consistently fall short when it matters the most? If the answer is yes, it's time to question their sincerity. Picture it like constructing a house with someone who presents beautiful blueprints, but never shows up at the construction site. The foundation of trust cannot be built on words alone. Remember, it's not about being cynical. It's about being discerning. Trust and relationships thrive on a balance of words and actions. When someone's actions consistently diverge from their words, it serves as a red flag. It's an indication that perhaps they are more invested in the idea of appearing supportive than actually embodying support. By recognizing this pattern, you empower yourself to make informed decisions about who you allow into your inner circle. After all, your time and emotional investment are precious commodities. Reserve them for those who not only speak, but also act with sincerity and integrity. Number 3, unilateral benefit. Navigating relationships can often feel like a precarious tightrope walk, especially when ensnared in the clutches of unilateral benefit. Picture rowing a boat alone while someone else luxuriates in the ride, offering nothing in return. It's akin to consistently being the giver in a relationship, providing support, time, or resources, only to be met with deafening silence when you're in need. It goes beyond mere generosity. It's a glaring sign that your contributions are undervalued. Stoicism emphasizes mutual respect and balance, essential components of any healthy relationship. Your worth isn't solely measured by your generosity or availability. Recognize this one-sided dynamic and have the courage to set boundaries. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. Engage in honest conversations and observe who adjusts. Those unwilling to reciprocate are merely making way for individuals who genuinely value you. Quality trumps quantity in relationships. You're not just a resource, but a person deserving of a balanced, reciprocal connection. Don't settle for a one-person show. You deserve a supportive team in the journey of life. For disregard of your emotions or needs, it might not be immediately apparent, but consistent disregard for your feelings and needs is akin to carrying a weight that only grows heavier. It's a subtle, often silent form of manipulation. Every word you speak seems to evaporate, and your struggles are met with indifference. This deviates from the Stoic principle of mutual respect and empathy. Recognize this pattern as a bright red flag waving in the winds of your relationship. To break these chains, listen to your inner voice, the quiet whisper that says, "This isn't right." You are not a background character in someone else's story. You are the lead in your own. When your emotions are dismissed, speak up. It's about honoring your feelings, not starting a conflict. If your needs continue to be ignored, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. Surround yourself with people who not only hear you, but also see you. Relationships should be a two-way street, not a one-way alley leading only to their happiness. Stoicism teaches us the value of self-respect and inner strength. Keys to recognizing and combating emotional neglect include remembering that respecting yourself is the first step in teaching others how to respect you. Sometimes the most empowering thing you can do is walk away from those who don't value your worth. Number 5, emotional manipulation. Consider the sage words of Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic philosophy. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This profound insight serves as your armor in the subtle battleground of emotional manipulation. Picture navigating a relationship, friendship, or workplace, where your confidence dwindles not due to personal change but because of someone's hidden agenda to manipulate your feelings. The manipulator, disguised as a friend or ally, skillfully chips away at your self-esteem, employing a cunning mix of praise and criticism to make you dependent on their validation. This isn't just a betrayal of trust. It's an insidious assault on your autonomy, a core principle in Stoic thought. To stand firm against this, embrace the Stoic practice of self-awareness and personal sovereignty. Trust your instincts. If interactions leave you more drained than uplifted, take note. This awareness is your first step toward empowerment. Boundaries aren't just lines drawn in the sand. They are the walls of your mental fortress. Speak up for your values, challenge inconsistencies, and most importantly, engage with those who respect and encourage your growth. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that our mental space is ours to govern. In protecting it, we not only honor ourselves but also uphold the Stoic virtue of self-control. In the face of emotional manipulation, remember that your peace of mind is your most valuable possession. Guard it with the wisdom of a Stoic warrior. Number 6. Lack of genuine support. At the core of every meaningful relationship lies the bedrock of genuine support, having a cheerleader who stands with you through every high and low. But what happens when this support is absent? It's akin to walking a tightrope without a safety net. You make a move, hoping for an encouraging word or a helping hand, only to encounter a void. This absence serves as a glaring red flag in any relationship, signaling that you might be in the company of someone who views you as a mere stepping stone rather than a partner in growth. Genuine support doesn't entail constant agreement or unwavering cheerleading. It's about having someone who values your dreams as much as their own. When this is missing, your triumphs and trials become mere background noise to them. They may nod along to your stories, but their minds are elsewhere, like shadows that appear when the sun shines bright, but vanish at the first sign of a storm. Such relationships are draining, leaving you feeling alone in your endeavors. It's crucial to recognize these patterns. When your joys and sorrows are met with indifference or hollow words, it's a sign to reevaluate the depth and direction of the connection. To thrive, surround yourself with people who genuinely invest in your well-being. It's not about finding yes men or yes women, but those who challenge and uplift you, celebrating your victories and standing with you in your defeats. In a world where relationships can often be superficial, cultivating connections rooted in mutual respect and genuine interest is not just refreshing, it's essential. These are the bonds that not only withstand the test of time but also propel you forward, enriching your life with a sense of shared purpose and understanding. Number 7. Constant competition. When every interaction feels like a tally in a hidden game of give and take, you're facing the silent scoreboard, a stealthy sign of being used. Unlike friendly competition, which thrives on mutual growth and shared victories, this is a one-sided match where someone's kindness comes with a silent invoice, and their favors are transactions in disguise. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, warns us against such imbalances in relationships, emphasizing the importance of genuine connections over calculated exchanges. In this silent scoring game, you're left feeling indebted, as if every gesture has strings attached, turning friendships into ledger entries. The key to overcoming this is awareness and setting boundaries. Understand that your worth isn't measured by what you can offer in someone else's tally. Build relationships based on mutual respect and support, as true Stoic wisdom teaches us to cherish connections for their sincerity, not their utility. By doing so, you embrace the essence of Stoicism, fostering relationships that enrich both your life and others, free from the weight of hidden scores. You've made it halfway through, a true sign of your dedication to self-improvement. Number 8. Absence in critical moments. Fair-weather friends are like shadows present during your brightest days but nowhere to be found in your darkest hours. This pattern of behavior is a telltale sign of being used. Picture this: you're surrounded by laughter and smiles when times are good, but as soon as the tide turns, their support vanishes like mist, These individuals view relationships as mere conveniences, stepping stones for their own gain. They're like actors playing their part when the script benefits them but exiting stage left when the scene demands more than they're willing to give. Their absence in your moments of need isn't just disappointing, it's a loud statement of their true intentions. Stoicism teaches us to see people and situations as they truly are, not as we wish them to be. In the face of such behavior, a Stoic approach isn't about bitterness, it's about clarity and self-respect. Reflect on these relationships with a clear, unclouded mind. Understand that genuine bonds are tested not in joy, but in adversity. When someone consistently disappears in your time of need, it's a sign to reassess their role in your life. Remember, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Instead, focus on building relationships with those who stand by you, not only in the sunlight, but also in the storm. Number 9. Lack of reciprocity. Imagine being in a relationship where you're always the one giving, your time, your care, and even your Netflix password, while the other person seems to just take, rarely if ever pitching in. This is a classic case of lack of reciprocity, a red flag waving fiercely in the breeze of your interactions. Stoicism teaches us the value of balance and mutual respect in relationships. If you're constantly the one sending good morning texts, planning dates, or listening to their problems without ever receiving the same attention, it's time to pause and reflect. To address this imbalance, first look inward. Stoicism isn't about changing others, it's about understanding and adjusting our responses. Ask yourself, am I enabling this imbalance by not communicating my needs? It's not about keeping score, but rather ensuring a healthy mutual exchange. Speak up, express your feelings and needs. If the other person values the relationship, they'll make an effort to balance the scales. If they don't, it might be a sign to reevaluate the relationship. Number 10. Betrayal. Betrayal. In the landscape of relationships, betrayal is a silent storm that brews beneath the surface, often unnoticed until it strikes like an insidious vine. It winds itself around the pillars of trust, slowly squeezing the life out of them. You might wonder, how do I spot this creeping threat? Well, awareness is your first line of defense. Pay attention to the balance of give and take in your interactions. Is there a consistent pattern where you're always giving and they're always taking? It's like a game of emotional tug-of-war, where you're left drained and unfulfilled. Now let's talk solutions. It's not just about identifying the issue, it's about taking action. Stoicism teaches us the power of perception and reaction. You have control over how you perceive and react to these situations. If betrayal lurks in your relationships, confront it with the calmness of a seasoned Stoic. Have an open dialogue, but also set firm boundaries. It's not just about pointing fingers, it's about understanding the dynamics and deciding your path forward. Will you repair the crack or build anew? The choice is yours, but make it wisely. Number 11. Selective availability. A subtle yet powerful tool of manipulation often hides behind the guise of a busy life. Enter selective availability. Imagine you're the go-to person, always on standby, ready to jump in whenever they call. Your presence is a constant, like a lighthouse in the dark. But flip the scene, and there's a stark difference. Their availability is like catching a glimpse of a shooting star, rare and on their terms. It's not about clashing schedules, it's a choice, a tactic. They keep you at arm's length, controlling the tides of the relationship. You find yourself in a dance where the steps are always set by them. Your messages float in the digital void, and your calls echo unanswered. When they do reach out, it's often to serve their own agenda, reducing you to a mere convenience in their story. This imbalance chips away at your self-worth, sowing seeds of doubt. Are you valued? Do your efforts matter? Here's where Stoicism steps in, offering a lens to reassess and reclaim your power. Stoicism teaches the art of perception, urging you to see situations for what they truly are, stripping away the emotional fog. It's about recognizing your value independent of others' recognition. Remind yourself, Your worth isn't tethered to their whims. Embrace the Stoic practice of self-reflection. Reflect on the relationship's dynamics not with bitterness but with clarity. This isn't about building walls, but about setting boundaries, understanding that mutual respect and effort are the cornerstones of a healthy relationship. Number 12. Making you feel guilty. When it comes to being used, guilt is a masterful manipulator's favorite tool. It's a sneaky trick making you feel like you're always owing someone. They might say things like, "After all I've done for you," or "I thought you cared about me," turning every favor into a debt you never asked for. This tactic plays on your good nature, making you feel bad for even thinking of saying no. But here's the thing. You don't owe anyone your time or energy just because they expect it. It's not selfish to put your needs first, it's necessary. The art of saying no is crucial here. It's about respecting yourself enough to set boundaries. Remember, your kindness is not a currency to be spent on others' demands. Stoicism teaches us about not letting others control our emotions. When someone uses guilt to sway you, they're trying to take the steering wheel of your feelings. Don't let them. Take a step back and ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to, or because I feel I have to? Stoics believe in acting according to reason, not pressure. It's all about being true to yourself. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Trust your gut. You have the power to choose how you react, and sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say no. It's not just about avoiding being used. It's about living a life that's genuinely yours. Number 13. Lack of personal interest. If you often feel like playing tennis against a wall in conversations, you're likely in the grip of a one-sided relationship. Your words serve as a mere backdrop to the other person's solo performance. It's like pouring your thoughts and feelings into a bottomless pit, expecting an echo, only to be met with silence. This isn't just about being heard, it's about being acknowledged. A true conversation is a dance of words, a give and take that enriches both participants. When you find yourself repeatedly sidelined in discussions, it's a glaring red flag. It's not just poor communication. It's a sign you're being used as a sounding board rather than being valued as a partner in dialogue. Stoicism teaches us the importance of mutual respect and empathy in relationships.